start with Judge Mihalchik. So there's been a number of instances where you have been criticized or reversed, but as I look at your record, I think you are uniquely qualified to serve on the federal bench. In fact, the person whose seat you will be sitting on, the judicial vacancy you'll be sitting on, wrote a letter of recommendation for you should you be confirmed. And in fact, out of more than 1,200 cases, only 31 involved any reversal or a substantial criticism by a reviewing court. That is a success rate of 97.4%. That is a pretty good batting average in anybody's opinion. So you've had extensive experience. You are the chief magistrate judge. As I said, you've authored over 1,200 memorandum opinions, reports, and recommendations. You've been on the bench for 10 years. You got a recommendation, as I said, from the judge who you will be replacing. If confirmed, how has your extensive experience as a federal magistrate judge prepared you to serve on the federal district court?
Thank you, Senator. In my 10 years as a magistrate judge, I have issued, like you referenced, over 1,200 written opinions and reports and recommendations. I've issued over 1,000 orders in criminal matters related to detention and release. And I have presided over a number of civil trials to verdict. I have presided over criminal misdemeanor trials to verdict and petty offense trials. All of that experience translates directly to the work I would be doing as a district judge in the Middle District of Pennsylvania. And I believe that extensive record prepares me well for the position of district judge in the Middle District of Pennsylvania.
I agree with you regarding your experiences and preparation. I would like to go back to two questions that I ask of all nominees to any of the committees on which I sit. So I will ask each of you, and we'll just go down the line very quickly, starting with Ms. Garrett. Since you became a legal adult, have you ever made unwanted requests for sexual favors or committed any verbal or physical harassment or assault of a sexual nature?
No, Senator, I've not.
No, Senator.
No, Senator.
No, Senator.
No, Senator.
No, Senator.
Second question, have you ever faced discipline or entered into a settlement related to this kind of conduct?
No, Senator.
No, Senator.
No, Senator.
No, Senator.
No, Senator.
No, Senator.
For Judge Hall, I don't think it's often that we have a nominee who has a PhD in biochemical or biochemistry. That is highly impressive, I'd say. So as a magistrate judge, you have organized multiple events to encourage attorneys to participate in pro bono legal services for survivors of domestic violence, dating violence, and sexual abuse. Why is pro bono service important, particularly for this uniquely vulnerable community?
Well, I think as the Supreme Court has recognized, our legal system is very complicated, and having an attorney is often essential to litigate in the federal court.
For Ms. McMillan, you also have quite a lot of pro bono hours. Prior to entering public service with the U.S. Attorney's Office, you dedicated over 100 hours a year to pro bono matters while in private practice, and this included civil rights complaints and asylum applications. Why is pro bono service so important to you?
Senator, I believe that everyone deserves representation in our legal system. And for those that are not fortunate enough to be able to afford that representation, I think that it's very important that for the justice system to work, that we provide representation to all, and that quality representation be presented to people regardless of background.
For Ms. Wang, I note that you are an immigrant, and so you came here at the age of 5, and your career was inspired by your father's American dream. How has your personal experience as an immigrant informed your work in international trade? And if confirmed, how will it inform your work as a judge on the U.S. Court of International Trade?
Senator, first, thank you for recognizing my father. He passed away a few years ago and is the greatest inspiration of my life. He came to the United States with a dream for fairness and equal opportunity. And it's through that belief that I entered international trade, because international trade at its fundamental core is about fairness. And as an Assistant Secretary of Commerce right now, I've traveled across the country talking to U.S. businesses and workers about fairness and leveling the playing field against unfair trade practices. I think I would carry all of that with me should I be confirmed to the U.S. Court of International Trade. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I think we have a very, very well-qualified panel today.
Thank you, Senator. Senator Blackburn.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and congratulations to each of you on your nomination.